Secret Mom Hacks, episode number 38. My name is Krista, and I'm your host. It's October 25th, 2023, and today's episode is a news briefing from the last few weeks. Now, I normally scour the top parenting headlines to deliver you the latest news stories and trends so you can focus on being the awesome parent I know you are. And I'm still doing that for this month's news briefing, but given the gravity of what's going on in the world, today's briefing is focused on the Israel-Hamas war, where to look for reliable/neutral news sources, and how we as parents can support those affected. But before I get into all that, I just want to say thanks for tuning in, Mama. I started this podcast because babies don't come with instructions. As of this recording, I am chasing around a 5-year-old that no amount of Googling mom groups or books were able to prepare me for. There's a lot of stuff people don't talk about when it comes to pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, and postpartum. And as someone who was previously terrified of all of the above, I am here to help you pull back the curtain on all of it. And every now and then, it may get a little messy. We may share a little TMI, but that's why you're here, right? My goal is you will leave every episode feeling refreshed, inspired, and hopeful, knowing you are not on this mom journey alone. Now, there's a lot of subject matter to cover when it comes to mom life, and we are covering it all. So let's talk about what's happening in Israel and Gaza. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both important and challenging: the Israel Hamas conflict. While this podcast usually focuses on parenting support and family life, I believe that us parents can make a huge difference in the world. We have the honor and privilege of raising up the next generation of leaders. So, if we want our world to become a better place, it's important to take a stand and model the behavior we want to see in our kiddos. Most importantly, we can show compassion and solidarity by supporting those who are suffering. So, in today's episode, I'll explore how we can support victims and families affected by this horrific conflict. What's happening between Israel and Hamas is a complex and deeply rooted issue. So, first and foremost, it's important to educate ourselves and work towards understanding the issue. Learn about the history and current events. You can find comprehensive resources online, of course, including articles, documentaries, and books. If you, like me, don't always enjoy turning on the news, we all have our reasons, then I highly encourage you to at least follow these two key news sources: Jessica Yellen and Rachel Kay. Now, Jessica Yellen runs a fantastic news platform called News Not Noise. Their tagline is, "We give you information, not a panic attack." I love that. You can sign up for her newsletter at newsnotnoise.com and follow her on Instagram. Her handle is at Jessica Yellen. And of course, I'm going to link to all of these profiles and websites, etc. Everything I mention in today's news briefing, I will include it in the show notes, which you can find at secretmomhacks.com/episode 38. Okay, the next news source I really hope you will follow, in addition to Jessica Yellen, is Rachel Kay. She is an American citizen living in Tel Aviv, and you can find her on Instagram at Rachel Ray K. She's offering firsthand accounts of her experience there. She is very engaging with her followers and shares reputable organizations for those wanting to support those affected, several of which I will share more about in just a few minutes. Next, talk to your kids. Age appropriate conversations about global issues can help our kiddos become empathetic and informed citizens. Encourage questions and open dialogues about conflict, peace, and understanding. Now more than ever is an important time to talk about grace, love, kindness, and appreciating each other's differences. All right, so what are some of the ways we can tangibly support those affected? We can donate to charities. Several organizations are providing humanitarian aid to the people affected by this conflict. Consider donating to reputable charities such as UNICEF, Save the Children, or the International Red Cross. If you're a new mom who is breastfeeding, the MDA National Bank for Mother's Milk needs donations. I came across an important article from the Times of Israel that says MDA Milk Bank will supply breast milk to babies up to 6 months of age whose mothers have been killed, injured, kidnapped, are missing, or have been called to IDF reserve duty. Any contribution to any of the previously mentioned organizations can help provide essential resources and support for those affected. And of course, I'm linking to all of these organizations along with a few others, some specifically that Rachel K mentions on her Instagram account. So I'll be including these links in the show notes, which, as I mentioned, you can find at secretmomhacks.com/episode 38. Something else we can do is advocate for peace. As moms, we have a powerful voice. Reach out to your elected officials to express your concerns and call for diplomatic solutions. Encourage them to support humanitarian efforts and peace negotiations. You can also research and support local initiatives. Check to see if your local community is involved in any peace initiatives or if they are raising funds to support the victims. You can join these efforts or organize your own events. So, one of the things we're doing, I've actually reached out to our church to find out what their efforts and initiatives are that our family can support and be involved with to support those affected. And lastly, you can show solidarity and kindness. We're all on social media these days, right? Some more than others, of course. Use social media to raise awareness and spread kindness. Share stories and facts about the conflict and advocate for peace. Or take a moment to share a happy or inspiring quote. Your voice can reach a broad audience and inspire others to take action. And you never know who may need the information you're sharing or the positive words that you put out on your newsfeed today. So that's really the essence of today's episode, my friends. As parents, we have the power to change the world for the better. Our support, compassion, and actions can make a significant impact on the lives of those affected by this tragic conflict. So let's take the knowledge we've gained today and put it into action. As I wrap this episode, let's remember that supporting victims and families of this conflict is not only an act of kindness and love, but a powerful lesson to our children about empathy and global citizenship. We can show that love knows no borders and that we are all a part of one big human family. So, as always, as we conclude today's show, I just want to share a gentle reminder that it's hard to take care of those you love if you're not taking care of yourself. So, drink your water, make time for a 5 to 10 minute walk around your office, the park, around your neighborhood, wherever. If you can squeeze in a 30-minute activity that will get that heart pumping and make you sweat, awesome. Don't forget to wash your face, slather on that great overnight moisturizer before you slip into bed, and don't forget that sunscreen in the morning. Your skin will thank you. I appreciate you joining me on today's episode of Secret Mom Hacks and hope you found this special edition of the show helpful. If that's the case, please subscribe for free if you haven't already. Give me a 5-star rating and leave a review sharing your favorite takeaway so far. Make sure you stop by secretmomhacks.com where you can find transcripts, resources, and more. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and until then, you've got this, mama.